My name is Kimberly Olson, also known as the Goal Digger Girl. I'm a best-selling author, speaker, online marketer, and branding coach on a mission to inspire you to get lit in your business and set your soul on fire. Join us as we dive into the goal-digging strategies that are working today for those actively building in the trenches and growing a personal brand on social media.
All right, everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Goal Digger Girl podcast. I'm so excited for special guest, Kelly Roach. She's my coach, and I love saying that because it rhymes and it's fun. And I am just beyond honored and grateful to get just a snippet of her time because she's one of the busiest people I've ever met in my entire life because she's crushing it. She's inspiring people every day, and she's truly one of my biggest role models in the whole wide world. So Kelly, thank you for being on. I'm so excited.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to be here. It's my favorite thing ever to get to connect with my clients outside of the program in the real world. It's awesome. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. I feel like you're here at my house in the Hot Mess Express zone.
Oh, don't even worry. The hot mess just continues. It's in and through everything. I walked downstairs last night and I was like, oh my God, I looked at my living room and I said to my husband, I'm so in the zone during the day, I don't see it. And then I opened my eyes and I'm like, so this is what's been going on while I was in my office all day, right?
Yes, exactly. I know. We are all just in this together. At least we can all relate to each other. And at the time of us recording this, we are all still in quarantine and everyone's home, and we'll be releasing this in a couple of weeks. So hopefully things are starting to open up a little bit when we release this. But I want to get right into it because a lot of you have heard me talk about my coach, and a lot of you have seen the success I've had this year. And so I want you guys to know Kelly, and I want you guys to know what she's doing for entrepreneurs globally. I mean, you are just a force to be reckoned with, but why don't you bring listeners up to speed? Can you introduce yourself, talk a little bit about your background, your entrepreneurial journey, and then we can get into some of the amazing nuggets that we're going to share today.
Yeah, absolutely. So happy to be here with you guys. And you're in great hands, obviously, here with Kim. For me, I started my career in Fortune 500, and I charged my way up the ladder, right? So I was promoted 7 times in 8 years. I was managing 17 locations and a staff of 100 by the time I was 30 years old. Wow. And what I always say is that I lived a whole life before I started my business. And that journey really gave me context for what I wanted to build and create when I started my own company. Because I learned in Fortune 500 world how to have really high level success really fast, make a lot of money, move up really quickly, all of those things. But I didn't have the freedom, the quality of life, right? I didn't have the abundance of time, which made the money meaningless. So in starting my business back in 2012, when I decided to coach entrepreneurs, I said, I'm going to teach them these skills, these unbelievable skills of leadership and sales and marketing and how to lean in and present yourself with certainty and confidence so that they can achieve their goals. But I was very, very intentional about building my business in a way that I could both have financial abundance and also quality of life abundance, right? And so,
yes.
Kim, you see Team Unstoppable, I have this amazing army of these unbelievable people, right? You know a lot
totally.
of them. They are profit warriors. Some people call them profit gladiators, but I was really, really intentional about building a business where, we could transition through the whole entrepreneurial journey of not only impacting thousands of people around the globe to help them achieve financial freedom through the growth of their businesses, but I set it up in a way that I took everything I learned from my Fortune 500 time and said, I'm going to build a team that can sell and serve and grow my business and run my business without me. And so I took those two worlds, and that's what I put in the Unstoppable Entrepreneur Program. That's what Kim is going through, that she is just crushing the ball.
I love it.
She's like our dream client because she comes in, she does the work, she gets the results, and this is who we're looking for. And so for me, my mission is really to help entrepreneurs achieve financial freedom first, and then to marry that with quality of life abundance and the freedom of time second. So you have to first learn how to do sales and marketing, and you have to know how to generate revenue, right? But that's not the end of the entrepreneurial rainbow, because you can make a ton of sales, you can have a lot of money coming in, but you can be working 80 hours a week, and that's no fun. right?
Absolutely.
The second leg of that journey is what we teach in Legacy Leaders, which comes after the Unstoppable Entrepreneur, where we help people bring together the two worlds, right? And so my passion is just, you know, I have a 6-year-old daughter. I have a husband that I'm so in love with, and, you know, a home that I love and a life that I love. And I want to help pass that gift on to other people. I want to help other people cross that bridge of entrepreneurial freedom. And that's what it's all about, you know?
That's amazing. It's just, I have gained just, my whole life has been transformed in such a short period of time. And so for those of you who follow me on social media and seen some changes in 2020, I think the first thing for me was, and a lot of my audience is network marketers, but I have some, you know, some of the girls are doing coaching or monetizing their brands, but it goes with everything that you do, because people will say, well, I don't want to be a salesperson. Well, if you're in network marketing, you have to learn sales and marketing. But what is so interesting to me is I'm not being salesy to anyone. I'm learning how to bring value to the table and know my worth, right? And so I went from charging, $400 for a program that was 3 months to charging over $4,000. We're going to raise it to $5,000 for a 6-month program. But the thing that was crazy is I got so many more people who registered. It was like when I started saying, no, I have something to offer that's valuable, the market responded, but I also presented myself differently. So when you're talking to people, your prospects, it's how you come across, you know, it's not being salesy. It's about having that posture and that confidence. And I've learned all of that. And I also love how you said the financial piece is first. I think sometimes people think this is going to happen overnight, and they don't realize you got to dig in and do the work. And I remember asking you a question. I'm like, I'm so overwhelmed. My person quit that was supposed to do all this stuff for me. And you're like, gotta get a hotel room, girl, and you gotta go. You said you were going to do that and you need to deliver. And that was such a good message, because it was like, okay, I have to dig in right now, but I'm going to have the reward on the other side. And guess what? I have a full staff. I have a full team now. We're in live launch right now. And my operations director goes, why are we not stressed out? And I said, because we digged in and we put the work in, and now we get to reap the rewards, and it's fun. Like, I just get to show up and love on people. I mean, Kelly, I can't thank you enough.
Oh, I'm so glad. That's the thing that like makes me so happy. I wake up in the morning and I check messages in Facebook, and it's almost every day that I have a client write me and they say, I'm in tears. My whole life has changed. You know, I just did more in a month than I did, you know, in the past year. And I never shy away, Kim, from saying that, you know, you need to train for your business like an athlete trains for their sport. There's a lot of people that are in my position as thought leaders, as industry leaders that, you know, perpetuate the idea that this will happen overnight or that this is easy. It is not easy. You will not be in the 1% if you don't work like the 1%. I don't hide the fact that I work very, very hard. I'm at the point where if I was satisfied with the impact that I was making in the world, I could totally sit back and pull back now. But, you know, I want to do something that creates lasting impact and lasting change. And for each person that's listening today, what you'll realize quickly is, you know, you can come into a program like Unstoppable Entrepreneur. You can learn the financial part. You can learn, you know, the skills, and you can learn how to use something like the live launch that we're going to talk about today. And you can get the money piece happening, right? Mm-hmm. But once you move up that hierarchy of needs and you're now like, oh my gosh, like, this is water. Like, I can do this. Like, I'm in the flow. I get it. I'm doing the work and the work is working. Mm-hmm. Then you start climbing that hierarchy of needs and you're like, but I really want to make an impact. I really want to change lives. I really want to show up. Right. And so that's when it gets really fun, because you're not, it's like what you just said, Kim. It's like, you're not doing it because you have to do it. You're doing it because you're like, oh my gosh, like, I can't believe what I'm capable of. Right. Yeah. And that for me is the most inspiring thing, to like watch people like you that come in, you do the work and the work works. And then you see like what's possible for you, and you're like, oh my gosh, all of my goals were way too small.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
doing a month what I was doing in a year, right? Mm-hmm. But it's very bumpy. And I always say, you know, it's very bumpy. You're going to have bruises and bumps and scrapes. And, you know, I fall down every single day and I get back up again. And I tell my team, I say, if there is a day that you work for me, that you don't fail, we're going to have a big, big problem. We're going to have a big problem. And every entrepreneur needs to try that on, because we were taught our whole lives, Kim, to do everything we could do to protect ourselves from failing. It was like, you fail, you're going to have a horrible life. You're not going to get a job. You're not going to get into college, right? So we have to deprogram ourselves to like have fun in our businesses, try new things, stretch ourselves, not be afraid to fail, right? Because all the learning and all the growth comes from knocking down those walls and realizing that the faster that you fail and the more that you open yourself up to your tolerance for that, the faster you can grow. And pretty soon you're getting results that like you thought were like unattainable, just right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So far, like we've done 2 live launches and we're getting ready to do another one. We've done more in revenue than we did all of last year already.
Oh my gosh.
Like, what is that going to do for my family? And we're going through this time right now. And I tell people what's so cool is I get to be the strength during this time. That's so hard for people, because my family's okay. Like we're all right, and I'm able to, be that person for my audience because we need those pillars. And I think that's what's so neat about it. Like you said, the hierarchy of needs is, and a lot of you listening, I know you're still at that place where you're trying to make your business work. So we'll talk about that, but just know that this is about impact and income, and so when you get that income going where you want, you get to start to look at, well, what impact can I make? And that's really how we can change the world, but also elevate this industry as entrepreneurs, and a lot of you being in direct sales. And I have had a couple of people have asked me, what is the live launch? We've seen your challenges. And it's funny, Kelly, I've seen a couple of people try to copy it and it's not working for them, which is not to say, there's anything bad with it. But what you guys want to know, what I do is I seek out the best and I mentor under them. And Kelly, I mean, what you've created with the live launch method is helping people who weren't winning to win and give them the structure to go out there. So if you're in network marketing, you're a coach, you're doing affiliate marketing, you can do this for anything. Can you share with them what the live launch method is?
Yeah, definitely. Well, the live launch completely evens the playing field for all entrepreneurs around the globe. If you have an internet connection and a phone, you can make millions of dollars online. And I am not exaggerating. Like literally, it's changed my freaking life. Kim, you're a client.
Absolutely.
You're on live launch too. We teach 8 cycles in your first year. So you can play that out and see where put you. It's the simplest method on the planet to make millions of dollars online. And you won't do that without working hard. And I want to emphasize that again. If you are not willing to work hard, you will not make money. And so I always want to, when I say you can make millions of dollars online, I want to connect that with, you have to be a person of impact, a person of commitment, a person that is really invested in doing something real during your time here on the planet. But the live launch is basically a way for you to show up, serve your audience. We teach a content to conversion model where basically you teach for 4 days, you invite people to take action, you help them create a breakthrough. It builds this unbelievable snowball of reciprocity, love, relationship, rapport, and then you open up an invitation to continue that journey forward with you into your paid program. And this is literally a system where you can take prospects that are dead cold. We do it every single launch. They know nothing about you. I mean, people come into my group, they have no idea that I have a top-rated podcast. They have no idea I have a
I didn't know.
I'm no one to them because they just found out about me from a Facebook ad. We did a $2 million launch last month. And
awesome.
run Facebook ads, right? So you bring them into a group, and yes, you can do this organically. We did our last one completely organically, literally doing a hashtag and posting strategy that we teach you. I did that. So we do it both ways on purpose, because I always tell my team, like, we can't lose our chops. It's really, really important that you lose your chops. But you literally take people through a series of teaching segments where you serve and you serve and you serve your heart out, and you give them these actions to take and these insights that allow them to see, here's why you struggled in the past. This is why this wasn't working for you. This is what to do instead. And then you're like, and here's how we can work together going forward to help you bring this full circle. And it's just unreal, the results that people are getting. And what we did, Kim, was, and I'm very open and honest about this. I had so many failed launches. I failed and I failed. I did the PLF. I did the sideways sales letter. I did the pre-recorded 4-part video series. I mean, every launch method that you can imagine, I did it and I failed at it. And I'm one of the hardest working people. I will say, I may not be the smartest person on the planet, but I'm one of the hardest working people on the planet. And I couldn't figure out for the life of me. I'm like, how is this possible that I keep failing? And what I realized, Kim, was I was being boxed in to all of this complex technology and email funnels and pre-recorded content and outside people managing all of these tech tools. And I wasn't getting to show up and connect with people. I wasn't getting to do what we're doing right now that has like energy, right? And so I was going into every launch already defeated and exhausted and demotivated and disconnected because of all of these 85 other things that were getting in the way of me serving. When we removed all of that and I said, you know what? I'm going to use the camera on my phone because God knows I'm tech challenged. You're in my program. I can barely get the phone on my camera. I usually have a team member like helping me out. I can barely get the camera on my phone working. I'm like, I'm throwing out all this junk. I'm going to show up. I'm going to teach. I'm going to serve, and I'm going to invite. And that unlocked the keys to the kingdom for everything. And so, we never had an intention of teaching this to other people. I was just desperate to figure out a way that we could grow beyond. We built the business to almost the $1 million mark with just one-to-one consults. But you get to a point where it's like, okay, that's a lot of one-to-one consults. Okay. So I was desperate to get out of that corner. But then when we saw the power of this, and I was like, okay, like this is ridiculous. Like I couldn't believe it. That's when we were like, okay, this is what we need to be teaching. This is the gift that we need to be giving to other people.
Oh, I love it. And for you listening, a lot of you ask me, do I need a blog? Do I need a sales funnel? I don't even have an email list. What do I do? The neat thing is what I think you said this in a training because I'm like obsessed. I have like a special binder with all your things in it. And Addison mimics me. It's hilarious. She like has her little binder. But one of the things I thought you said was automation can never replace relationships.
Yeah.
And so everyone's looking for automation. I mean, I have systems in place for things just like you teach, but it's not automation, it's connection. Like we're reaching out to every single new member. We're saying, hey, how can we help? Did I do that before your program? No, I never reached out to anybody. I was just looking for that sales funnel and that thing. And then when I stopped doing that and I just started pouring into my audience and loving on them and helping people help me connect with people, guess what happened? People were like, this is amazing. Like, I'll follow you to the end of the earth because you actually are paying attention to me. It's incredible. So simple.
It's everything. And by the way, when you start doing this, you'll be the only person in their inbox doing this. So, I get questions every day. How do I stand out? Stand out by being a human that cares about other people, that's willing to have conversations. That's how you stand out. Right? So that's awesome that you laid it out in that way for people, Kim, because I think it's really important to understand, this is not about these complex, people say to me all the time, oh my gosh, you're such a good salesperson. I'm not good at selling. I'm not such a good salesperson. I have a high level of conviction because I know the power of what we're teaching. But this method is really about, are you someone who wants to serve? Are you someone who enjoys teaching? And do you have a high level of conviction around how you can help people?
Yeah.
If you have those things, the sales, that's not really as important because especially we teach you how to sell once you transition into that piece. But even when you're selling, it's not really selling, it's serving. No. And it's understanding that the two-way connection that you were just describing, Kim, like all the sales come out of that. It's not this old school, like pitching, mentality that I think we're so used to. So I think that's another thing that holds a lot of entrepreneurs back, because I think a lot of entrepreneurs become entrepreneurs because they want to serve, they want to teach, they want to give. And then they feel like that's stripped away from them when they realize, oh my gosh, so much of being a business owner is sales and marketing. But what I want to challenge everybody's thinking on is, yes, sales and marketing is a huge piece of what makes you successful as an entrepreneur. But what if your sales and marketing could be serving?
Oh, I love that. That's tweetable for sure. I love that. What if your sales and marketing could be serving? Yeah. And it was cool when the first one I did, I followed your format. And it was funny because I was just getting so excited about the program, and I did it how you taught. You don't have it ready to go. You just do it, and you do it as you go along, build it as you go along. So I was talking about what it was going to be, and I was so excited, and people started messaging me saying, I feel like you're talking to me. Like the problems I have, you hit the nail on the head. Like, can you help me? And it was like, oh, wait, this is helping. This is going to help a lot of people. Like, I'm not pitching them anything. I'm just offering a solution. And it was just fun. I got into it. Like, I get a high off of it now. It's not scary or anything. It's actually really fun.
Yeah. And I mean, that's the thing, is like, going back to that hierarchy of needs, you'll get to a point where like you have already created financial abundance and you become obsessed with making an impact. Mm-hmm. And you realize that you can help so many people. Like every day I ask myself, I'm like, why am I hiring 15 more people right now? And I have to really like sit with that every day. And then I'm like, because I feel a sense of responsibility to be able to help more people. Like I could stop right now. Like we have a team of 23 people. Like we are killing it. We are at the top of our industry now. But I feel a sense of responsibility to share this and to give this to other people. Like we don't need to keep going. We want to keep going. Yes. And I want to help as many people can move away from needing to do this live launch to getting to do this live launch. You might need to do the live launch the first 8 times because you're learning, you're growing, you're building up your financial security, right? But the goal is to get people to cross that bridge to get to the point where they don't need to do another live launch in their life if they don't want to, but they're going to keep going because they want to make an impact. They want to serve more people. They want to touch more lives, right? They want to live their highest purpose and calling. And my goal is to get as many people over that hump as possible, because the money is great, but making an impact is way better. Right?
Oh yeah, for sure. And I want to touch on the book, but I want to mention one other thing, because I know so many people, like I said, are network marketing. The other really important piece of this is it gives you and your team a focal point, because a lot of you every day you're like, Kimberly, I don't know what I should be doing right now. I pull up my cell phone. I'm supposed to be on social media, reaching out. There's no rhyme or reason. And when you don't have an end date, you don't have a deadline. What do? We procrastinate. We clean our office. We go to Target. Well, try to go to Target. Not right now, but we will be able to. And so when you have 8 times a month or more, 8 times a year, and she teaches like just pop-up ones you can do, like a 24-hour, which we've done 1 time so far, and I'm in love. But when you have a focal point like that, and you can plan your calendar out and then throw some fun like pop-up stuff throughout, doesn't that change the entire energy and nature of your business and gives your team a focal point for inviting? I'm telling you, I've talked to a couple girls who have used this specifically for network marketing, because I've used it for my coaching programs. It works for anything that you're in. You could be selling sweaters, and this works for anything that you're in. So I want to encourage you, as you're listening, we'll put links below of how you can look at the program, and you can get into her next live launch so you can learn about it, because she does challenges too. But we have a way for you to get access to this whole program that's even more accessible. So can you tell them what is on? It's pre-sale right now, but it's officially launching in a couple of days when we air this.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So I wanted to make a simple way that anyone in the world could access the live launch method and take literally an hour of their life and like come out of this ready to go do a live launch and make money. So took the strategy, mapped it out for you guys, literally poured my heart, my soul, my mind, everything into this, plus included 40 case studies of people in all different industries, all different types of businesses. People are always like, will the live launch work for me? I don't help people make money. I'm like, yes, I use the live launch in my other company where I teach little girls about leadership. No one's right? So, and I always say, and I share this all the time because I think it's so important. I say to my husband, we have more people in the Courage Academy doing 3 live launches in 3 months than we had in 3 years in the Unstoppable Entrepreneur before I had the live launch method. And that's a completely different industry, completely different demo. And it just shows it doesn't matter. So anyway, it's in pre-launch now. You can go to kellyroachcoaching.com. You can grab a copy at a discounted pre-launch rate. But here's the really cool thing. If you have ever thought about writing a book, most people have a book inside of them. You probably have a book inside of you. Everyone has a book inside of them. If you have ever thought about writing a book and you want to learn how to use your book to not only create passive income on the front end, but to pivot into a massive program launch on the back end, whether it's for your network marketing company, whether it's for your coaching program, your consulting business, whatever the case, I am teaching a 4-hour intensive, and you can get access to this intensive. There's 2 ways. You can pay $10,000 for an entry ticket to this intensive, or you can get the book bundle that is on pre-order now. It's 5 copies of the live launch. So you keep 1 for yourself. You send 4 out to other people that you know that can make a difference for. And you get into this intensive for free. I'm going to be teaching for 4 hours on generating passive income with your book and scaling your business on the back end, pivoting your book into a product launch behind it. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I know you're going to be there, Kim.
I'm in. I already bought my 5, like right away. I'll buy more.
Yeah, absolutely. So you guys, you can go to kellyroachcoaching.com, grab your book bundle, read the book, devour it, and then devour it again, and then get a date for a live launch on the calendar, because you deserve this. I know, and I say this all the time, the vast majority of business owners are already working their tails off in their business. They're working long enough hours. They're doing enough work. They're just working on the wrong things. Right? Just like me. I had failed launch after failed launch after failed launch. Did I fail because I wasn't working hard? No. I was just working on the wrong things. I didn't have this method. When I got this method, all that work for all those years translated into dollars and cents because I was already doing the hard work. It just needed to be channeled the right way. Same thing with you.
Same with me. Yeah.
You were already doing the work. You needed to channel that work. Right?
Yeah. Yes. And scale it. And now I got my life back and my health back and my family, and just being able to be present with them. And yeah, it's changed everything for me. So where can people follow you? So I'm going to put these links in here. Where do you show up the most on social media if they want to start digesting your content and get to know you better?
Well, I would say definitely come over to the Tribe of Unstoppables in Facebook, because we are doing a free live launch workshop. And it is happening on May 18th. So if you guys want to actually go through and experience what I teach in the book live and in person with me, you can join the Tribe of Unstoppables. Also, there are units in that Facebook group with probably 100 hours of binge-worthy content, video teaching on all different topics related to growing your business that you guys can, dig into and have some fun with, that'll help you move forward in your business.
That's awesome. All right. I'll link that below as well, you guys. And I can't thank you enough, Kelly, for taking the time to just share what you're doing and how you've helped me. And I'm always talking about you, so I needed to bring you into my world so they could know who this mysterious Kelly is. But she will not be a mystery anymore, because I know you guys are going to become obsessed just like I am. And if you want to be at the leading edge as far as learning from who is staying on top of things, who is disrupting the industry and really shaking things up to make more impact and more income for everyone, you guys need to follow Kelly. So thanks again, Kelly. Appreciate you so much. Yes. And until next time, y'all, go ahead and get lit in your business and set your. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.